Hello there, this is RomWills coming back at you with yet another video. Dating is only bad if you allow it to be. Now, I know some dudes will probably say, well, what's Uncle Rom talking about now, man? These women out here, man, they just ain't for it. Well, hold up. If you've gone on 10 bad dates with women, the only thing they had in common was you. Now, yeah, you're going to have a bad date every now and then, but you got to look at it not from the perspective of what the women are doing, but what you are doing. You got to think, okay, what do you want to do to have fun? Where do you want to go? Because remember, a date really is ultimately still on the man. Is ultimately on the man, what he trying to do, what he's planning. Women are still, I don't care what argument men have out here, what argument women have, men are still deciding where to go on dates. For the most part. For the most part. Yeah, there's always exceptions, but for the most part, men are deciding where to go. Shoot, in fact, you know, for the most part, the man has to spend his money. He's making the decision. If dating is bad, if he's finding dating bad, he can't look at the women. Because like I said, if that man's gone out with 10 different women, all the dates were bad, the only thing those women had in common was him. I don't care what she looked like, her behavior, how modern she is, and all of that. It's on him. It's on him. He has control over where they're going to go. He has control over what they're going to do for fun. He has to take the lead. Dating is only bad for any man out here if he allows it to be. See, one of the things, especially on this channel, and I know some guys will probably say, Uncle Rama is jumping on the men. That's because, what do I talk about? On Saturdays, especially, sovereignty. Men have to start exercising control out here. A woman can't do anything to a man that he does not allow. So he has to decide, okay, where are we going to go on this date? I don't care, even in situations where she is like, well, I want to go here, I want to go here, I want to go here. You don't have to go. I've told the story one time, a few times, about this woman who hit me up and we were talking, just talking, and she wanted to go to, she had a list of 95 restaurants. I ain't taking her one single one. Because I was just like, I don't want to go to all these restaurants to eat. I don't get anything from watching you eat. I had that choice. I don't care what she was. She was kind of attractive. But I wasn't going to do anything I didn't want to do. Because remember, you going on a date, look, I don't care what the woman looks like, how fine she is. She got those big breasts or that big round butt dunk or those thick thighs, which save lives. I don't care what she got. You still have to make the decision. See, one thing men out here have to do is stop putting everything on the woman. A woman is not holding a gun to a man's head. If he don't want to date, he don't have to. In fact, you got a lot of women out here complaining some men don't want to date. And you know what? I don't have any issue with them because they making the decision. So if you decide you're going to date, okay, where do you want to go? And if you meet a woman and she don't, and you say, well, okay, I'm going to take you here. And she like, well, I don't want to go there. I was like, all you had to do is look at her and say, you were fine too. You were fine too. Too bad, because I'm not going anyplace else. Because like I said, you have to go. You are part of it. You have to make the decision. Women are looking for men to lead, despite what they're saying. Even the ones who try to be on some, well, I'm in charge and I'm leading. Only if you going for it. Because sometimes women will test a man out. She'll throw some stuff at him to see what he's going to do. In fact, I remember several women have said, oh, they're looking for a man to handle them. If you look at that woman and say, no, this is where we're going to go, she either says yes or no. And if she say no, you ain't gonna lose sleep over it. It ain't gonna hurt you in any way. You gonna go do what you gonna do anyway. She need to be in cooperation with your operation. And I'm gonna get into that in my next sit down video. I'm gonna get into that some more. My main video, you know, lately I've been doing some car videos and some home videos, some smartphone videos. But I digress. Look, if you're going out with a woman, first of all, if you're going to date a woman, not only she need to be attractive to you, but she need to be somebody you cool with, you think you gonna have a good time with. Just because she fine or pretty don't mean anything. Like I said, I'm gonna get more into that in my next sit down video. But you need to decide, where do you want to go? She don't decide. If she deciding and stuff, well, she need to pay. It's just that simple. But we know a lot of women don't want to pay for a man out here. They don't want to pay for the date. Shoot, now if they invite you to some Michelin star restaurant and she's paying, well, okay, if you want to go, if you like the food there. But men are still expected to pay for stuff. Men are still expected to lead. Men are still expected to pick up that woman. You want to decide. Now, you want to decide where you want to go. Now, if you decide all that and then even then the date is still bad, it's just bad. That's one of the things with dating. You're supposed to get to know the woman. I don't care how attractive she is. You ain't going just to, I hope you ain't going just to find out if you can have sex with her. Because even though I'm publicly against spending money just to have sex with a woman, there's plenty out there who will do that. No, you getting to know that woman. You getting to find out what she about. And you want to, first of all, if you're going on a date with her, you need to have fun. You need to go in like, you know what, I'm going to have a good time with it. And you have 100% control over that. You have control over that because you deciding where to go. And that's how it should be. Now, if that date is still bad, well, you're still allowing it to be. You know what? You asked that woman on a date. She didn't ask you in most cases. You have to decide. You have to, when you looking at that woman, talking to that woman, deciding, you have to say, you know what, I would have a good time with this woman. Or at least think you'll have a good time. And if you don't, you don't. But you still have some choices there. In fact, I've heard stories of men who will go out with a woman and they wouldn't have a good time or something will happen. I ain't calling any names. But the guy like will leave right in the middle of the date. Might even pay like the people at the restaurant and say, hey, look, here's some money, I'm about to go out. So, you know, you decide. It's only bad if you allow it to be. If you allow it to be. Men got to start taking more control out here. I want y'all to think about that, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for right now. I want y'all to think on that, okay? And I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.